or being greedy such as that. Valentina is quite diving as well along with Arima and being picked off before that Netherrealm to be brought out. But in this situation, what will be the adjustments of our C and Q will be? Are they going to adapt towards the gameplay of our Extremely Slay, or they're going to focus on their draft as well? So that's what's the next thing for our C and Q to do. Looks like our team or the team of the Extremely Slay is there to prove us something.
Mhm. So I think most likely because on to our game number one, Extremely Slay got the victory. They might not change their approach here for the game number two that much, but for the CNQ, if they will be changing their approach, maybe try to play onto their comfort zones. Because earlier for the game number one, it's like they wanted to play onto the same stage or battlefield that the Extremely Slay wants. They want the Extremely Slay, they want the extended team fights because of that Netherrealm from the Faramis. And CNQ
Mhm.
also wanted to play that well onto that area because they got the Valentina to copy out the Netherrealm. So maybe here CNQ they can try to find out the weaknesses of Extremely Slay. For example, if Extremely Slay does have this Faramis, then most likely when it comes to the team fights, they will be grouping up together. So I think ZNQ they can go for high AoE heroes such as the Louis, Cecilion, or maybe here someone like um, someone like the Vexana to easily remove the effect of the Netherrealm.
Yeah, so one of the heroes as well, he said, aside from the Vexana and Sicilian, is the Xavier is quite bugging on my mind because of the range, the damage, the spammability of his skill was it's kind of going to give this team of the C and Q an edge towards the overall lineup. That's the extremely slay. Most of them are quite forward heroes, especially the Chu. Well, with the Jit Kundo and the Shunpo on there, it could possibly dodge the Mystic Fields, but the set of the Dawning Light is there to proc out the Nether Realm as well. So the Mystic Field might proc out the Needles and Flower, the Dawning Light there to easily damage the Nether Realm and possibly could give a overall advantage towards the lineup of DC and Q.
Mhm.
So,
Let's see right now.
ooh, so
So far, so far for our events, we do have the Suyu getting banned. Even though this is one of the hero pools for Mr. Death, he doesn't want that one. And oh, so that's one of our changes. Mr. Death
oh,
here wants to get his hands for this alpha, and I think earlier he accidentally did accidentally ban this hero out, and now we do have this one. So even though we still oh, Hild is not no longer open, but because of this alpha right now onto the hands of the AXSY, this might be the early game advantage because we just know how good alpha is when it comes onto clearing his own minion or his own jungle resources.
yeah. And in addition to that, the upon choosing the alpha, it's like you're picking out or disregarding the tanks of your opponent's team. So definitely they could go for tanks, but not not expect them for to last because yeah, you know, whenever Alpha got his alpha charge and his two skills being bring on the table, the beta advance will be procced and will lead into a true damage, wreaking havoc to the armors, to the defenses of those tanks, melting them down and quite dominating them. So Alpha is quite a good pick upon this engaging and re-engaging or uh, over counter setting as well.
And we're gonna be seeing another Faramis pick of the extremely slay right now. Even though with the presence of this Eve from the ZNQ, they did choose this Faramis. So if we do have a question here, that is if the XSY are gonna be trying to fight or flight if ever that there will be the real
Oh,
world manipulation against them. then it seems like we have the answer. They will fight because of this nether realm. They can stay longer even with the RWM of this mid laner from the ZNQ. We have here another Beatrix from the DCNQ partner Dorsanji. Earlier Beatrix is good, but
Yep.
Beatrix is a better hero if you have enough crowd controls because it's easier for this
Yup.
hero to dish out the damages with the Bandit's Rage or the Nihilist Passion if your targets are being locked down into one position. But because of the mobility earlier from the Joy and the 1-1 of the XSY, yeah, this Beatrix from the CNQ did not become so effective as we're expecting. But now, with the help of the real manipulation and these suplexes along with the Earth Shatters of the Edit, maybe this will be enough for this Beatrix to dish out the damage that she needs.
Yeah, and upon looking their draft, Houston looks like they're going to recreate their first lineup due to our game one, but with a twist, they're going to change their mage and they're going to stick to their how can I say this, to their old lineup, and due to their bans being the what hero? Yeah, due to their bans, probably they're going to set for a center tanks or a Matilda. So. Oh, the Matilda is banned, so the center tank it is.
We no longer have any Matilda right now. And yeah, a hero that can be an advantage for the CNQ against a big group of players of the EXSY might be banned right now, like the Tag Will, or maybe ban someone
Ooh,
like the Garrett Kacha because of that AoE on the Avatar of the Guardian.
looks like the Avatar, the Guardian, might be out of the game, but take a look at this partner. They recognize the joy of Arima and as well
Ooh.
the Jew of Kingston Da Vinci. So both of these teams are quite respecting the last picks of their lineup. So looks like our Exes Slay got the hint of what this team of the CNQ is cooking. But on the other hand, ooh, that is quite an interesting ban into Zen.
Mm. They did remove right now this Hylos, and on the other side, without the shoe, respect ban for these pickups because look at this big numbers of from the Bruno, continuous sources of true damages from the Alpha. If you're gonna be targeted down with the we have the Dragon from yeah, from the roamer of the EXSY, then that will definitely be converted into a kill. Without the two right now, that's going
Yup.
to be a good one so that CNQ will yeah, possibly stop the possible advantage that EXSY took earlier on. Although, so far, here we go. With the AOE setups that we are expecting, they're going to be giving it to us with the Minotaur pick of the Centauri QEON.
Looks like that the thing is being cooked on. They might going to recreate their lineup, but with the different heroes. Those are good picks. Minotaur with the Minoans of Fury and the Stump of Despair might be the thing and that this Beatrix is looking for right before the game, where the team of the CNQ doesn't have a strong crowd control. They just got one knocked up. Now they have two. How they're going to pull this off? Going to look at it. But on the other hand, the Grok and ooh, partner cannot catch and Grok. It's quite mesmerizing. Anti and the pro count control is on the hands of our ex slave.
Yeah, they do have it. It seems like they want to remove the possible poisons against them, which is why they got
Mm-hmm.
to use these heroes. But I've seen the Grok of Kingsta already before on their fight against the rain, and those wild charges are so good. And yeah, they are executed so beautifully on that fight. But still, even with this, actually, I want to be honest with you, partner. I feel nervous for the team of the Extremely Slay because I'm not so used into
Oh,
seeing this team on a good advantage at the first game because Extremely Slay, they're the kind of team that gets stronger once that they are once that they are or they have been defeated upon a one game or yeah, this is one of the reasons why we are saying that Extremely Slay, we can call them one of the comeback kings onto this tournament.
yeah.
But how are you gonna be making a comeback if you already have the upper hand right now? Is this a battle, or maybe this is just the Extremely Slay changing their ways? We're gonna be seeing that right now because we are on to our game number two, ladies and gents. Welcome to the battlefield and welcome to the land of dawn.
1-0 is our score while the extremely slate taking out the lead. So I would like to agree with you, partner, that the team of the extremely slate was the one to adapt towards the strategies of their opponents. But right now, they're showing us the different way. They are the one who's taking the lead this upon our this first series, and it is quite scary upon thinking that if ever, they might be the one who get come back on.
hmm Let's see how this story will unfold for this game number two. And so far, for our first few minutes mark of the game, we have the extremely slay trying to start with these harassments. Maybe this is the confidence that they got or they created from that victory onto the previous game number one. But so far, it's a different setup. Earlier, for the first 2 minutes, we already have a lot of casualties, but so far, the Land of Dawn is so peaceful. Devil First Blood is not being spilled yet. We don't have any victims so far for the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, looks like our both of the teams are taking a rebreather. At least fight on towards this turtle. And as the team of the Extremely Slave started off, his teammates are kinda giving him a zone, making his life easier. And Mr. Death will take that turtle as easy as 1, 2, 3 with a Spear of Alpha, gaining on Mikazuki. Is another one first blood for the side of our Extremely Slave.
That is the
Oh,
Netherrealm being abused so early, and that's gonna be the rights of Arima for the purple buff getting denied. Too deep though for Kingston Da Vinci. Is this gonna be did that for him his punishment? But no, not enough because of that immunity against crowd controls whenever that you're charging that first kill.
yeah, the power of nature is kind of tripping them off. So
Mhm.
whenever this Minotaur try to crowd control him, he's just going to pop that first skill, the power of nature, and just going to counter it with that. The crowd control immunity is quite ticking on this Minotaur as he is not able to at least knock up that hero.
Mm. And I'm so excited right now if ever that we're gonna be seeing this setups from the Minoan's Fury of Summer because it's been quite a while since the last time I've seen a Minotaur being used on a tournament because our popular roamers are the Hilda, Khalid, Garrett Kacha, right? Or maybe even some supports like the Matilda and the Rafael. But this Minotaur, it's been a while. So I want to see some good highlights from Summer, but although it might be a hard one. Because if ever that you want to burst down the players
Oh,
of the EXSY with the help of the Minoan's Fury, they might just
oh wait.
survive because of the Nether Realm.
And as of now, the skirmish is being on the bottom lane. Gotta catch will take one another. And take a look at that. Mr. Death
Oh no!
responds at it again. Stepping on the gas, not stopping towards the side of
No!
our CNQ. Double kill plus a kill going in the Paramis. Again, a partner, the extremely slay is kind of stomping out the fire that this CNQ has set ablaze on their hearts.
Mr. Deta didn't die for that moment because I think Dorisanji, he measured his HP just quite right because he got that protractor for that moment. Oh no, Mr. Det, what a sustainability. And they got now the opportunity to freely get our our second turtle onto this game number two. Still, this momentum momentum is stopped against this team.
Yeah, well, looks like Mr. Death isn't the one who's going to die, but rather he's the one who bring death to the one to these opponents. We could call him the Grim Reaper on that part, but this is just the early game. Just like in the basketball, Hitsuzen, the first quarter doesn't determine the winner. They could have the aggressiveness in here, but they need to be wary on this side of our CNQ because take a look at that emblem of our edit. He had a war cry, so it's a battle type edit. Whenever he used the primal strat and lock up some basic attacks, it's getting much more stronger, giving this CNQ a better opportunity. But what is that? A dive down coming from our team of the extremely slay. They're not stopping it then.
A direct dive indeed with that Spear of Alpha going to be connecting against Manga. Also destructing that level 1 tower into the bottom lane and stealing this purple, but
Yeah.
it's just advantages and advantages being taken for this
Oh
team.
no.
EXSY are not gone just yet because they still have this Nether Realm, but that Nether no longer meter to protect their lives and friends with this explosion from this X-Borg, and Arimado will die, but I see at least this time they got a free trade by killing down Wicked and Mr. Death. I think that's still better for the CNQ
Yup.
compared to the previous skirmishes rather than nothing.
Yeah, those are still a silver lining on the side of our team of the CNQ. But what is happening in this situation, he said Bubbles is getting the kills that he needed. Whenever that Faramis get his item as early as this, not only the Nether Realm is being useful, but the Ghost Bursters as well. So definitely whenever this X-Borg or Minotaur gets in front, they're going to have the lashes, the damages that this Faramis could bring. But right now, another turtle will be on the hands of extremely slay as free as that.
Uh, now, oh, that's an easy tower takedown for the level
Okay.
1 tower for the mid lane, and another Nether Realm gonna be popped up here with the Nibiru's Passion of Kulak, but the damage is not gonna
Oh
be enough.
no!
Mr. 10 gonna be taken down, but Arima is gonna
Wicked.
be going next for the capture live along with Kingstar Da Vinci. Trades are getting beautifully done by the CNQ, but trades are not enough. They need to dominate a clash if they want to turn the tides around, but they will be forced to back away. I think with this full HP, this is an opportunity for the EXSY to take down another tower for this top lane.
This is kind of scary situation for the side of CNQ as the bubbles getting his items. Wicked is being able to get his items as well. Whenever that Nether Realm is being popped, Bubbles ensures that it's the right time. He doesn't pop that occasionally. It's just waiting for the right moment for his teammate to survive. So as you can see, that NetherRealm kind of trick offs the set of this Minotaur. Yes, he could set up his teammates, but after that, he's going to pop out that ultimate and the burst that this CNQ could bring will be nullified and will lead to another loss.
Mhm. Dorsanji, there's something unusual that I can see here. Now we have the cooldown boots for that X-Borg, maybe for the spammability of the last insanity, but that's gonna be the real one revelation,
Okay.
gonna be popped up to all the middle lane. It's still not enough to stop the aggression
No.
of the players for the extremely
The
slay,
armor is
still
down.
slaying the CNQ, even with that last insanity. Hoo-hoo, ha-ha! But the last laugh won't go for the CNQ as another clash will be won by extremely slay.
You can laugh all you want, but you can't laugh at the face of death. As Mr. Death gets the opportunity towards that X-Borg, he knows that he doesn't have the Faraga armor anymore, and he took upon himself to jump it out using the Spear of Alpha to take down that player, and that leads to another silver lining for Extremely Slay not only having a free Turtles, but right now they're having a free Lords.
Yeah, and oh no, bro, this is so bad for the CNQ. This is just so early. We're about to go for our first 10 minutes mark of this game number 2, but we already have these 3 inhibitor towers of the Centauri QEON exposed already. Even though this is just a level 1 Lord right now, helping the extreme onto the middle lane, marching in here, this should be enough to at least expose this crystal of the Z and Q or destroy this inhibitor tower for the mid lane.
Yeah, with the help of that Lord and the Medic Crypts, definitely either one or two towers might go down in this one. So as the skirmish go on to the middle lane, they're being distracted. So they could go in and out. Word manipulation is there. The damage is not wicked. Is getting the players down one by one, having the time of their life because Luya is there too. Double kill for Wicked, but as the game goes on, the damage is getting high and the towers are being brought down. They're aiming for the crystal. Spirit of Alpha will connect to the side of our CNQ. The Centaurian might be the end, the crystal, and this team of the Extreme Slay will take or bag the game too.